Assalamu alaikum dear viewers, and welcome to our Learn Arabic show. Right, so in the previous sessions we had discussed about the tenses, and then we also discussed about the prepositions, and we also discussed about those cases where you will find that the object in the sentence will take a genitive case. However, today I would like to start our lesson with the nature of us human beings. What is our nature of human beings? How are we created? And this answer you will find in the Quran in Surah 70, verse number 19, that is Surah Al-Ma'arij. It says, إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ خُلِقَ هَلُوعًا. خُلِقَ هَلُوعًا. So you will find this in Surah Al-Ma'arij, verse number 19. إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ خُلِقَ هَلُوعًا. Now, what is inna? Inna means, if someone says inna, it means indeed. You know, you're putting more emphasis to this, that yes, it is right. You know, it is true indeed. Okay? So once you see inna, inna means indeed. Okay? You're putting emphasis. So I have indeed. Innal insana. Surely or indeed man. Insan means man. Surely man. Indeed man. You know, man, humans, insan. Khuliqa. Khuliqa means created. Now, khuliqa is actually in the passive form. It's not an active form, okay? Meaning that it has been created, okay? So it means has been created. Right, khuliqa. But if I say khalaqa, it means he created, right? He created. Now, you know, in the English, you know that this is an active form. He created, okay? It's still in the active. Of course, it's past, but it's still in the, this is still in the active form. But when you change it into a passive form, okay? So this, I want to change it into passive. What I'm going to do to this word, what's the difference between this word here and this word? I have replaced this accusative with a nominative, right? So I've replaced this accusative sign and I've put here a nominative sign. So to make it a passive, it becomes khuliqa. Okay, khuliqa means has been created. Khalaqa, he created. Inshallah, we'll be looking at the present tense today. Khalaqa means he created. Khuliqa meaning it has been created, meaning that is in the passive form. It's not in the active form. And then halu'a. Halu'a means covetous. And if you look at the tafsir, I don't want to get into the tafsir of this verse. I just want to look at the Arabic part of this verse. But covetous, you know, like very impatient, you know, created in very anxious person, you know, person who holds grudges and all that. That's how we have been created. But it's our duty to balance all that. You see, we don't have to be, you know, holding grudges. We don't have to be so anxious, you know, when we're ill. If you look at the next verse, and he has been إِذَا مَسَّهُ الشَّرُّ جَزُوعًا, and anxious, okay, when he is ill. So this is the part. So inna, whenever you see inna, meaning surely, okay, verily, indeed, putting more emphasis to a sentence that this is true, okay? If I just say khuliqal insana halu'a, it's not putting much emphasis that this is true. So innal insana, surely man, khuliqa, has been created, halu'a, covetous, right? Now we'll be moving on to our topic for today. So that was Surah Al-Ma'arij, verse number 19. You can look up the tafsir if you want to look up the tafsir, I would advise you to look up at the commentary of Aqa Mahdi Puya Yazdi, because his commentary is really good. He has also commented various different commentators, their interpretations of the verse. If you want to look more into the verse about the nature of the human beings, then I advise you to go for the tafsir commentary of Aqa Mahdi Puya Yazdi, been translated by S.V. Mir Ahmed Ali. Right. So our session for today will be present tense. So we discussed about the past tense. I just want to go through a quick revision on the past tense to know if you have understood. So just a quick revision through the past tense. Right. So I have ana, I have anta, I have anta, I have anti, I have antuma, I have antum, I have antunna, I have huwa, hiya, hum, hunna, and huma. Right. So say our root verb, just a very quick revision, okay? Say our root verb is nadara. Okay, this is our root verb. My root verb is nadara. So this is my root verb, nadara, right? This is my root verb. Now I want to change this into ana. Ana, so it's going to be, I want to say I saw. So it will be ana nadartu. So I have ana nadartu, I have anti nadarti, I have antuma nadartuma, I have antunna nadartunna. Remember, this carries adjective at the end, so I have nadartunna. I have anta nadarta. Okay, and so on. So antum will be nadartum, huwa nadara, hiya nadarat, hum nadaru, huma for masculine, nadara with an alif at the end, huma for feminine, nadara ta, and hunna will be nadarna with that small, just a noon with an accusative, no alif or anything at the end. So this was, and of course nahnu will be nadarna, noon with an alif. So this was just a revision of what we have been doing in our previous sessions. And of course you can also now construct simple sentences. Okay, for example, ذهب محمد إلى المسجد. Why masjidi? Because the genitive case that we talked about yesterday, the object is being preceded by a preposition, which is illa. So because it has been preceded by a preposition, the object will therefore carry and genitive sign, right? So now we'll be proceeding with our topic for today, which is present tense. Right, so we started off with huwa in the past tense. So in the past tense for huwa, which is my root verb, now, I will be listing down the root verb, the past tense, and how do I convert it to the present tense huwa, okay? So past tense huwa to present tense, right? So I have my root verb. For example, my root verb say jalasa, okay? My root verb say jalasa. Now I want to convert it into huwa, but in the present tense format. This is huwa in past tense. Now I want to convert this into the present tense, right? So huwa in the present tense. Right. So jalasa, now what will be my addition here? What I'm going to do is I'm going to add an addition of a ya. But where am I going to put this ya? Am I going to put it in the beginning? Am I going to put it in the end the way we used to do in the past tense? You know, the additions were all at the end. Am I going to put it in the middle somewhere? No. I'm going to put it in the beginning of the word. Okay, so I'm going to place it here in the beginning of the word. So this is going to become yajlisu. Right? So I have yajlisu. So this is jalasa. Jalasa, what have I done? He sat. Jalasa means he sat, right? Which is my root verb, jalasa. So what have I done to this verb? I have added a ya. Where have I added the ya? In the beginning, middle? No, I have added it right in the beginning of the word. So jalasa becomes yajlisu. So notice the change, okay? The change is that the first letter in the word will change into adjective. So that is one change. This fatha, this accusative sign here, has changed into adjective. Second change, this fatha here, the accusative, has changed into a nominative. So these are the changes that you will notice in each trend. Let's look at another example, right? So I have qara'a. Say qara'a. Qara'a means he recited. Now I want to change this into he is reciting, you know, present tense, or he recites, okay? So I'm going to add the same thing. I will add a ya. So I've added a ya here, right, at the beginning. So this is going to become yaqra'u, right? So I have the ya. Now what will happen to the qaf here? The qaf here, from the accusative, it will change to jussive. The qaf here from accusative will change into jussive. So I have yaqra'u. So you notice the change here, right? So I have changed here my accusative into jussive. And here I will change my accusative again, and it will become nominative. So I have qara'a becomes yaqra'u. Jalasa becomes yajlisu. What about hajja? You know, the most complicating one, hajja. So say I have hajja. Right. Now with hajja also I will add a ya at the beginning. Right. So I have a ya here at the beginning. Ha, jim, all the same. But now the signs will not be the same. Why? Because see, look, this verb here, jalasa, 3 letters. How many letters does it have? 3 letters. How many letters? Jim, lam, sin, 3 letters. But this, it only has 2 letters, only ithnan, only 2 letters. And because it has only 2 letters, where will I put the jussive, and where will I put the accusative, and where will I put the nominative, and how will I even pronounce it, isn't it? So, to beautify this language, the Arabic grammarians have decided to change the sign, because this is just 2 letters. So, what have they done? They have decided to make it yahijju. Doesn't it sound so nice if I say yahijju? How would I say yaj, or however it would have been pronounced? It wouldn't be easy to pronounce it. That's why they have made it yahijju. So I have an accusative, genitive, nominative. Yahijju, farra, for example. Another example. Okay, I have farwa. So what have I done? Farwa. Farwa, same as hajja. It has 2 letters, farwa and hajja. 2 letters. Here I have a tashdid. Here I also have a tashdid sign. So it will be the same signs, okay? Farwa means he fled, you know, to flee, okay? Farwa. So farwa becomes يفر. So I have here become genitive, same as this. Do you see? So I have accusative, genitive, nominative. Accusative, genitive, nominative. Hajja, yahijju. Farra, yafiru. You must have come across this word in the Quran, yafiru. يفر المرء من أخيه وأمه يفر المرء من أخيه. You know, on the day of judgment when everyone will start fleeing away, people will run away from their brothers. يفر المرء من أخيه وأمه وأبيه. From their the man will run away from his mom, from his dad. No one will want to help each other on that day. So that is yafirru. If you, I'm not sure what chapter, I will look it up, but you will find this word in the Quran, yafirru. So don't get confused. If you find such words in the Quran like yafirru, it comes from the special kind of word, farra. And of course, in our previous session, you know the origin of this word farra was from farara, but they changed that farara to farra. Hajjaja was changed into hajja. That was the origin, but the Arabic grammarians changed it to hajja. So if you find such verbs in the Quran, don't get confused that those are just the special verbs, these two cases, right? So we'll be looking at other further examples. Right, so we'll be looking at, say we have the verb akala. Say we have the verb kataba. Say we have the verb qala. Say we have the verb qama. Right. So it's going to be the same additions. Here again, I'll add a ya. Where will I add a ya? At the beginning, middle, or end? I'll add it at the beginning. So I have a ya. Here again, I'll add a ya. Same with this one. Same with this one. So akala, I'll add a ya. The ya is going to be joined to the alif. And the second letter, I said this letter will carry adjustive on top. So here, it's carried adjustive on top. Then kaf, lam. Ya'kulu. So akala becomes ya'kul. Okay, kataba becomes yaktub. Okay, qala. Now for qala and qama, these again are two other special cases for qala, for qama. For qala and for qama, there will be an addition of two letters. Okay, so the first addition, of course, is ya, same like all. Okay, the first addition will be ya. So first I'm going to add the ya there. And after having added the ya, I have the qaf. But now here, right in the middle, there will be another addition, an addition of another letter. So qala will become yaqulu. So what have I added here? I have added a waw. Okay. So this becomes yaqulu. So what have I added? I have added a waw. Do you see a waw here? You don't see a waw, right? So I've added a waw in the middle, and I've added a ya at the beginning. Same with this one. So qala, he said. Yaqulu, he says. Okay. Same with qama. Qama, he stood. Yaqumu. Okay. So I have yaqumu. Yaqumu, he stands. Qama, he stood. Yaqumu, he stands. So this is how the past tense and the present tense have taken their format. And you should notice, keep this thing in mind, that in most cases in the past tense, of course in all cases in the past tense, we have been having additions at the end of the verb. So for example, I have huwa kataba. So hiya katabat. The ta'u ta'nith is added at the end, which of course represents the mu'annath. Now, when it comes to the present tense, you will notice that additions are being made, but they are being made in the beginning. So for example, akala becomes ya'kul. The addition is at the beginning. So if you see, in most cases, if you see additions being done at the beginning, like you come across a word that you don't even know in Quran, like out of the blue, and you see an addition at the beginning, say a ya, or other additions we'll be looking at, so you should, it should strike you that, okay, this is referring to present tense. It's not referring to past tense, because if it's past tense, then it would be added at the end of the verb. So inshallah, we'll be looking at the present tense with other pronouns in our further sessions, and also by now you should be knowing how to construct sentences, because I have already given you the prepositions, of course, in their genitive case. And inshallah, we'll be continuing with our next session tomorrow. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. Thanks for listening and have a nice day.